Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you are doing well. So, in the previous video, we learned about what are the operations which we can perform over string. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to learn what are the basic operations which can be performed over numbers. We already know the data types, right? We learned about integer, float, char, boolean, string, right? So today we are going to do basic operations on numbers. So what are the kinds of operation which can be operated over numbers? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? So let us jump directly into the visual code. Okay, so first we are going to cover the basic operations, then I am going to help you out how we can find out the maximum, minimum, how to find out the square root, and how we can like calculate the area of square, right? So those are the stuffs which can perform with the help of Python, right? We are going to import one library over here which is named as math. Okay, and at the end of the video you will be getting source material wherein which you can just go through the documentation wherein which you can explore more about the math library. All right, okay, let's get started. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are just going to create a brand new file. So I'll name it as numbers.py, the extension Python. And let me close this particular screen, and yeah, hope the screen is visible to you. Okay, so in order to add two numbers, what is the operator that we are going to use? It's going to be plus, right? So let us write print. So in order to print anything on the console, we make use of print function, right? And over here I'll be writing 5 plus 6, and the expected output would be 11, right? No doubt. See, you got 11 over here. Now, what if you want to subtract anything? The same goes for this one as well. So you have to type print 10 minus 9 and execute the program. You got 1, right? So I'll just comment it out. Now, again, if I want to multiply two numbers, so just if you're someone who is very new to programming, just to make sure you're giving your concentration over here, right? Okay. In order to print anything, you don't need to write 5 cross 6. So this would be wrong. Okay. So this will ask you what do we mean by X over here. It will show you an syntax error, right? So in programming, if you want to multiply two numbers, at that particular case, you are supposed to use asterisk, okay? So if you want to multiply 5 by 6, you have to use asterisk, okay? And now you will get the result 30 because 5 into 6 is 30, all right? Okay, moving forward. Now, what if you want to divide any two numbers? Just write print to print the command into the console. And let's say I want to divide 30 by 5, right? And run the program. You got the output as 6.0. So these are the basic operations which can be performed with the use of Python, right? Okay, now moving forward with the next thing. So let's say you want to find maximum of a number that you have been given, right? So you just have to import one library named. You just have to import one library. In order to import any library, you just have to write import and the name of the library. So here we are going to use the library named as math. Okay. So this is the library which we are going to use. In order to see inside the module, just press Control and press on the particular thing. Okay, you'll see the entire code over it, right? You'll see the entire code, and you don't need to worry what this code actually is, right? Because this is already pre-written for you in order to help you out with that particular thing. Okay, in day one, if you remember, I told you like what are the libraries? Library as the pre-written code which you make use of, right? You just need to include one line over your code and the entire code is included into your program. Okay, okay, let's say you want to print a round up value of 6.5. Okay, so what you can do, you just have to type round and the number. So what would be the round up number of 6.5? So it would be 7. So 6, let's try for 6.6. I'm just curious about it. Okay, so if you are typing 6.5, you will get 6. So if the value is greater than 6.5, you will get 7. Okay, for 6.7, you will get 7. All right, and same goes for 1.2. So it will give you one value. Okay, all right. Now, if you want to find the maximum of a given pair of values, so at that particular time, you just have to type max and enter the values that you have. So let's say I have 52 and 45. So it will print the number which is maximum between both of them. Let us increase the arguments over here. Let us print 65, 100, 101, 103, and 110. Let us execute this command. See, out of these many numbers, 110 is the biggest. And what say if you want to find out the minimum number out of it? I'll just duplicate this particular thing and comment the first one out. And I'll just do one thing. I just replace the maximum with the minimum, and here we'll be printing the minimum value over here. So out of the values which we provided over here, the minimum number over here is 45, which is printed over here. Okay. Okay, let us comment this thing out as well. Let's say if you want to find the square root, so at that particular time, what is the thing that you are going to use? So at that particular time, just write square root and the number that you want to find square root of. Okay, you're just getting square root is not defined because we have not included the we have imported the file, right? But we have not included the accurate thing that we want, that this particular is defined into, right? So for that, we'll do one thing. From the function math, import everything. Here star indicates that we are importing everything which has been defined over math. Okay, so this module has been imported correctly, and now you are getting the actual value, which is 5.47, right? Okay, so these are the operations which can be performed. Now we are going to find the area of triangle. Let us find the formula over the internet. Area of triangle, or let's say we find area of circle, okay, which is pi r square. So area of circle, the formula for area of circle would be pi r square. Okay, all right. So we already know the value of pi is 3.142, right? Okay. Now consider that the value of your radius would be is 4. Okay. Then what would be your answer, right? So first of all, we are just going to calculate it by OR method. Okay. So the formula which we have is, let me comment this thing out as well. So the formula that we have for calculating area of circle, it would be pi r square. So let us print this particular thing. So the formula would be area is equals to pi into r. All right, because the formula is pi r square. Okay, here what's the value of pi we have? It is 3.142 multiplied by 4 into 4. Okay, and what is the actual answer? Let us open the calculator. So 3.142 multiplied by 4 into 4. Here we are getting the value as 50.272. Okay, 50.272. All right, just give me a moment. Yeah, so we are getting the value as 50.272, and this is the value of area that we are getting, right? So area which we have calculated manually. Let us comment this thing out, and let us print the value of area of circle using Python. So in order to print anything, we already know that we have to use print, right? So print area of circle, that is pi into r. Let us execute this particular thing. Now, what is happening in the back end? We have stored the value of 3.142 into the variable named pi, and we have stored the value of 4 into the variable named radius. Okay, so here we are just supposed to write radius completely. Okay, and now we are supposed to execute the program. See, we are getting the same value which we calculated manually, which is 50.272. If you're wondering that this is getting executed, then let me remove this line. However, these are comments which I have already mentioned in the previous video. Okay, now I run it again. We are getting 50.272. All right. Now we have imported all the modules from math, right? So this thing is not necessarily needed over here because this already know that the what is the value of pi. It is 3.412. So let us do one thing. Let us test one thing. Let us print the value of pi without declaring it. So print pi. All right. So when I execute this program, I'm getting the output, which means math library already knows the values of pi. Then why should we declare it, right? We are just increasing the length of our program. So our effort is going less, right? We are just we already know that the value of pi is already stored into the math module. So we just need to multiply it by the radius. All right. So pi multiplied by 2 times the radius into radius, and we are going to get the same value. Yes. So let me execute it once again, and we are getting the same value once again, which is 50.265. It was previously showing as 50.262. It just based upon the decimal value which has been stored by the math module. All right, and I hope that you got how we can use any module over it. Okay, now I am going to share a fruitful resource with you, which I found over the internet. So it is from the Geek for Geek website, the W3C website that you can refer to. However, you can just go on internet and search for math library in Python, and I have found one good resource which you can refer. It is from Geek for Geeks, okay? And you can just go through this entire documentation. They have given number of programs over here which you can execute over it. All right. Okay, let me get rid of this thing. Okay, they have given you the entire programs which you can execute over your systems. Okay, see, they have imported this math file and then they are printing math.py, right? Why it was not printing previously? Because we have not imported the pi value of the math module, right? But then we made use of star over it. Which means that we have imported all the values, all of the things which are present in math module into your program, right? So you can use this thing as well, import math, and you can use stars, okay, which will import everything into your program. So we already found the area of circle which we are getting over here, right? They have made use of mat.py, and here we directly imported we made directly made use of pi, right? Because we made use of star over here, right? Now you can try all the program which are listed here, and that will definitely help you out over there. All right. In place of import math, you can just stick on to this first line, that is from math import star, and you will get definite result. All right. Hope you get today's lecture and you enjoyed it a lot. See you in the next lecture. Have a great day. Bye bye.